So I know my camera is really crooked right now, and that is because, as I have mentioned in one of my previous videos, usually I have Squirt, the crocheted turtle that holds my phone perfectly, but Gabby has decided to move him from her truck into our house/trailer because she doesn't see it. And if you'll notice, there's something a bit different about me. Finally got my braces on, and so this is going to be a new feature you guys see in all the videos. So we're going to work through the pain. I just got them on, and I'm going to just ignore the pain because I wanted to talk about the full moon in Capricorn that we had on July 21st of 2024. And I know I noticed that it seems to be that with full moons and new moons, that when we have them, we tend to, in the astrology community, let's say, once they have passed, they're past. We don't need to think about it anymore. But I felt really called to reflect on this full moon in Capricorn more because it was really shocking in the sense that my interpretations that I've given for the full moon have been pretty accurate, I would say. I really expected to reap rewards and all this. Really experiencing success, but it was not in the way I expected it to come at all. I was really expecting career breakthroughs, money in my bank account. That was not what happened at all. And so I wanted to take the opportunity to reflect and share more about this full moon, basically, and reflecting on maybe what happened for you during this full moon, because being able to reflect on this event, I think for me has been really valuable, and it's a really big deal. In my view, I really, really feel that this full moon in Capricorn was a really key moment in this year for me. And it's going to set the stage or set the tone for, in a way, my entire life going forward. We really closed out a cycle and started a new one. And so, in a sense, it's an up-leveling, and it's very, very fascinating. So I wanted to talk about that more. But if you're new here, welcome. I'm Isabelle. I'm your spiritual rebel friend, and I talk about all things astrology, personology, manifestation, and more. Now, if you want to learn more about astrology and if you want to become your own astrologer, make sure you hit the link in the description below to get my astrology course, The Master Astrologer, where you learn everything you need to know to be your own astrologer, read birth charts, read transits. That's in the link in the description below. And if you want to learn more about your own chart and you have no idea about astrology, you can book a reading in the link in the description below as well. So the full moon in Capricorn was one of a two-piece set. We had our first full moon in Capricorn this year on June 21st of 2024. And then we had a second full moon in Capricorn, second full moon in Capricorn on July 21st of 2024. And it was an interesting cycle that this played out. We also had our, of course, new moon in Capricorn in January, I believe around the beginning of January. I don't remember the exact date. I think it was around the 12th. But that could be completely off. It might have been on the 1st of the month or so. Point is, we had our new moon in January of 2024 for the new moon in Capricorn. And around that time, per usual, we were setting new intentions for Capricorn's themes, which means we were thinking about, what does success mean to us? How do we want to chase success? How do we need to be more disciplined? Where do we need more discipline in our lives in order to reap more reward? What is our relationship like with authority figures? These are all Capricorn themes. It was a very tame energy, though, because not much was happening as far as I remember or recall with the new moon in Capricorn in January. But then starting in June, we kind of reopened or revisited this theme, or we were starting to, because during June 5th, we had a new moon in Gemini, which seems unrelated, but it went then to a full moon in Capricorn. So during the new moon in Gemini, we were then questioning how do we need to be more curious? How can we bring more curiosity into our lives in order to bring more life fulfillment? This was conjunct Venus. And so we were thinking about our values in life, what brings us value in life, what makes us love life, and how we can be more curious, engaging, and questioning, and how this brings us value. So then we went to the full moon in Capricorn, first one, that was at 0 some degrees of Capricorn, the very beginning degrees. And I think this is really vital if you use the Placidus system, because basically if you have we tend to not have, with the Placidus system, of course, houses. We tend to have 2 houses for each zodiac sign. They tend, because the houses aren't fixed into the beginning of the sign. If you use whole sign, this is not the case. But I like the Placidus system personally, and I thought knowing this was really fascinating, because the first full moon likely happened in one house for you, which was at 0 degrees. So whatever house 0 degrees of Capricorn is in for you, that's where you felt these themes coming up. And during this first full moon, during June, we were reflecting on, okay, it is time to realize my ideas of success. We have a really weird relationship with success nowadays in this world. We either swing the extremes, so to say, where it's either we don't need anything, we just need to have love. You know, the movies really shows too. We just need to have love, and that's all we need, and that makes us happy. We don't need any success. We can live in a cardboard box on the side of the road and we'll be fine. And then we swing the other way, like, you know what, we don't need relationships, we don't need anything, don't need no man. I just need a Lamborghini, $5 million houses, and to be the most rich person on earth with all the handbags or whatever. So we have this extreme mentality around Capricorn. And I think it's really valuable that we've had 2 full moons in Capricorn because of this, because of this relationship we have with Capricorn's themes, and especially with Pluto being retrograde oftentimes recently in Capricorn, being in Capricorn for the last 20 years or more. And we've really had a weird relationship with Capricorn and really have been needing some healing. So during the full moon in Capricorn in June, we realized, okay, it's time to redefine what success is. And we weren't necessarily reaping reward. This was more of an introspective full moon where we were having mental realizations. I know for me, I was in Colorado and I realized, you know what? This is dumb that I'm not successful yet. In the sense that I've been working on this YouTube channel for 3-4 plus years, and I've been trying to make money online digitally for the last 5 years, and to see the small numbers come through when I could just make as much as everyone else, considering I work as hard, if not harder, which is probably a blockage in my manifestation, a blockage in my beliefs that is keeping the money from coming to me. I need to shift. I need to shift my beliefs. It's time to make this happen. So since then, I have been personally so focused on making the success happen and creating a vision of what success means to me. Now, with this, of course, I was traveling the world full time. I do travel the world full time, and I've been doing this since I was 11 years old, traveling. And I've just accepted along the way that I don't need friends. I don't need relationships. That's not going to work. My last relationship kind of ended because I wanted to travel and he didn't so much want to, or couldn't figure out how to. It was definitely a factor. The relationship before that, the big limitation was that because I traveled, so I gave up on relationships, and I gave up on the idea a long time ago of having friends. And the reason I mention this is that because it's going to come into play later in this story of how the full moon played out for me. So I gave up on that, and I just decided, you know what? I truly, genuinely want success. And this wasn't necessarily a bad desire. I wanted so badly to be able to help more people. Seeing 7,000 people on this YouTube channel is so amazing, but it does definitely spark a bit of jealousy or frustration when I see people who've published 10th the amount of videos that I've published and have 100K subscribers. This clearly means I'm doing something wrong. And so I decided that I really want to make a bigger impact. I want to help more people have 1 million subscribers, get that dang YouTube plaque, which I've talked about in my video, Watch Me Manifest 10K. I'll put it up here. Don't remember which side it goes on. And so I decided I want the success, but not just for the sake of having more dollars in my account, but living a life of purpose and intention. I wanted to up level, and it would feel so good to have more money in my account so that I can book Airbnbs when I want. I can pay for our mechanics, and which we need often with traveling, and tires and fixing things without any hesitation. I want to get my own nice new car that is reliable. No more buying used cars if I don't want to. And so I really set those intentions during the full moon in Capricorn in June, and I'm guessing you've probably done the same. Sorry, just hit the freaking dash right now. So you're probably during the June full moon realizing, you know what? I want this. I realize this is what would feel good. This would be the highest vibration of success. This would be the biggest win. I want it and I accept it. Basically, that was what the full moon theme was. I want it, I accept it now. I'm ready to focus my energy on that. So then we had a new moon in Cancer, which brought us back to Earth in a much needed way, where we realized, okay, wait. Before we go into success mode, we need to make sure we're reassessing that. Is this in alignment with what you love? Again, this was a new moon in Cancer, again conjunct Venus, because Venus moved into Cancer. So last new moon, we were going, okay, being curious brings love for life. Being curious and social and asking questions adds a value to my life. Then we went to the Cancer full moon or new moon and went, okay, this brings love for life by nurturing myself. So basically, it was probably a time where we were resetting. For me, I was really focusing on my health and focusing on just relaxing because I don't want to overwork. I decided that I can't keep working harder in order to get my goal. I need to be able to relax and receive. Which again, my video about Watch Me Manifest 10K, second video is coming soon, I promise, was a lot about that. So then we were assessing, okay, how can we soften? And then we had on July 21st, the second full moon in Capricorn. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was really hoping that this full moon was going to bring in a massive leap in my success. I was hoping to see my YouTube channel suddenly go viral, or suddenly getting 100 people in my new course that I've launched, which I do believe people are going to want. And you can check it out in the link in the description below. And that didn't happen. I got a few readings. Things seemed pretty normal. A couple $100 in total came into my account, the usual. And I was kind of shocked because for me, the Capricorn full moon definitely has to do with my 10th house, as I'm an Aries, and nothing really seemed to apparently happen. But taking a closer look, it was very much in alignment, and on top of it, it was really what I needed. So when the full moon in Capricorn happened, I just stopped into my old hometown, so to say, my home base where my brother lives, to go dancing and to get these braces and to hopefully meet up with some distant friends who I really appreciate and haven't had much time to spend with them. I met them only about a year or so ago, a year and a half, and we hung out for a while when I lived back there, but we became distant. They started dating. They are getting married, which I'm so happy about for them because they're such a great fit. But we had some distance between us because we hadn't hung out much in recent time. And I was busy with my relationship, and then we broke up, and then I started traveling, so all that happened. And so I roll into town, and I decide I want to go dancing, and I haven't danced in months, so I was super excited to. And that wasn't even a huge deal. I kind of maybe even expected, okay, maybe the full moon will bring like massive success here. Maybe I'll get a bunch of dances in and meet someone who will help me reach my goal of going to go compete at this one dance festival. No, not so much. I did get to dance with my one of my favorite dance partners who is going to compete with me at a smaller dance festival, which is exciting. So there was a little tidbit there. But the point of this is that I put it out to my two friends who are getting married to hang out, just do a barbecue. And I invited other friends too. And they were the only people who didn't bail. Everyone else got sick or had an issue or was busy. And so it was just my sister, my brother, and these two friends. And oh my gosh, it was, as I mentioned, I've lived on the road for 9 years, almost a decade now, and never really had close friends. And this was the first time in a long time or ever that I had healthy friends. These people are genuine human beings who genuinely care about my thoughts. I don't feel the need to be seen or heard by. I don't have to compete. It's just fun and positive, and we all appreciate each other. And they even mentioned after that, like, hey, it was super good to see you. We will drop anything again to see you guys. So let us know when you're in town. We hope to see you soon. They might even travel eventually out to come see us. It was just so incredibly positive and healing in ways that I could have never imagined. And it was true of the full moon, in the sense that I expected success to come through career, but in the end, it was a reflection on success of life. I have good friends, and this one little thing shifts my entire life perspective, in the sense that it's crazy how much, for me, I'm noticing not just even my self-worth, but knowing that I have people somewhere who I can catch up with, don't feel alone in the world because of, is massive. And I can keep pursuing the career, keep pursuing the relationships, but knowing that I just have that one solid foundation has shifted my life. It's a new chapter unlike ever before. In my whole life, I probably have never really had positive friends, maybe in my very young years, but ever since I've been like 10 years old, 13, I've been around not so positive friends. So this has been a huge chapter shift. And so basically, what I'm trying to say to you in the end is, during this full moon in Capricorn, this last one on July, there's probably something that did come through. And it's just unexpected what it was, but this is probably changing your entire perception of life and how you approach life. And it's also shifting what a successful life means to you. It probably is something you didn't expect would make you feel vibrant and successful and happy in life, but it genuinely is. So reflect on what that is, and what do you do with that going forward? For me, knowing that, like, wow, I have friends, and it's not even so much that I suddenly want to keep in touch with them all the time and ask them how they're doing. Just knowing that I have positive friends who are going to be there in the future, and maybe the future's 1 year, 6 months, maybe it's forever, maybe we're going to be friends still when we're 60, who cares? Knowing that I have those positive friends shifts my perspective on life, because it really did break a belief that I'm unworthy of so much, and it really did break a belief that I'm going to be alone. Oftentimes I think of, I need success because, you know what, people don't even care, so I might as well be a hermit who inspires the world, or like a monk who inspires the world, whatever. This shifted my life perspective. So what has shifted your life perspective recently? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to wrap up this video really fast because I've been filming longer than I should. I'm currently sitting on the side of the road as we are traveling. Oh, that's my parents, by the way. And then we have our own trailer. You can't really see it, but we are currently traveling, and Gabby's about to wrap up her coaching call, so I need to wrap up my video, grab my coffee, get ready and hitched up and packed up, ready to go. So let me know if this resonated. Is this kind of the energy themes you felt during the full moon? And this full moon, the last full moon, since the new moon, what chapters have wrapped up? How have you redefined success? What has come into your life? I genuinely believe something has been, regardless of who you are. Something has come in for you. So what is it? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to learn more about what to expect for upcoming transits, learn more about your chart, learn how to navigate these energies, then book a reading in the link in the description below. And if you want to do it for yourself so that you can always plan your future and help others, maybe even become an astrologer yourself, then check out my astrology course, The Master Astrologer, in the link in the description below, where you learn everything you need to know to become a master astrologer. We really dive deep in this course. We don't miss anything. It is super comprehensive, so check it out. Link is in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sincerely hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay tuned for more videos breaking down the stars, personology, and more. Once again, my name's Isabelle, and from my heart to yours, namaste.